Mike the Vegas Guy coming to you with another hotel review, and today I'm bringing you with me for my very first stay at Resorts World, specifically a one-bedroom suite at the CONRAD. This is going to be a long one. I have a lot to say about Resorts World, so grab a snack and let's jump right into it. Here's the room. Welcome to Resorts World, specifically the CONRAD. And today I have booked myself a one-bedroom suite, it's called. This might be the nicest room I have stayed in to date. This is the living room, television, table and chairs. There's a couch here. Little bar, mini bar. They've got both the snacks on the weighted little measured table and a real mini bar fridge as well, that if you touch anything, they will charge you God knows what. But they also have another side just for you, a little side that is for guest use, which is really great. It's the same kind they have over at the Rio, except they don't have mini bars and they let you use both sides at the Rio. This is a pretty incredible room. I got this room for free. It was a comp. I stayed here. I didn't stay here before. I played here once. I've only set foot into Resorts World once. You might be familiar if you've watched my channel before. I reviewed Carrie Underwood's concert a year ago. I joined their slot club that night. I played a little bit. And a year later, I have gotten offers, but I've never really gotten some free nights like this. Of course, we know that the tourism has taken a little bit of a downturn here in Vegas. And a lot of the resorts, some people are also commenting lately that Resorts World is hurting more than others. But they have offered 3 free nights. I'm only taking them up on 2. I'm going to be staying here for the next 2 nights. And just by coincidence, yet again, I am filming a hotel stay while it is cloudy and rainy and overcast. It is only about 6:30 p.m. Should be bright and sunny still this summer. Sun doesn't set till after 8, and yet it looks like nighttime. So it's a pure coincidence. I don't know why, just by coincidence, every time I do a hotel stay, I get at least one shot of overcast skies out of the hotel room. Hopefully tomorrow morning will be different and we'll have a better view for you. But let's just take one more lap around the living room portion. This is a guest bathroom. Actually, it's called a powder room. You'll know because the light switch says powder, powder on, powder off. Everything is automated here. How you doing? There's these power light switches. Of course, this is one of the newer hotels on the Strip. There's also a privacy button. Instead of putting a privacy little placard on the doorknob, it's a button that turns on a light outside of the room. This will close the shades and the drapes. There they go, and I will hit the drapes button. All power. So looking forward to tomorrow, I will show you the drapes test. And I'll also come back and tell you how comfortable this couch and chairs are. But let's move into the bedroom. I did notice there were 2 separate thermostats. I set them all the way down as far as they could go to see if I could get this room cooler, because as you notice those overcast skies, it's been rainy and humid the last 2 days here. So the entire hotel is humid. It's very strange. This is the bedroom. and a second TV. You have a TV here, and I think they're the same exact size, but the TV out there. There is a very small little dresser, not huge drawers. They have that really gentle, they don't slam shut. You can shove it and it gently shuts itself. This nice little shelf here, you could probably put some luggage. In fact, I don't think I noticed any like luggage, little trays, those little things. Some light fixtures. A lot of light fixtures, but it seems very dark in here. Maybe it's just the overcast skies, but the lighting is very low, kind of mood lighting. I tried making it brighter. I always try to turn on every light when I do these videos. And this was about it, as good as I could get it. Again, everywhere you see these switches. All of the doors are pocket doors or barn doors in the room. This is for the bathroom. This is just an extra door back out to the and of course there's this really nice chaise lounge and a little side table there. Lots of little side tables, lots of places to sit. An interesting clock radio with a wireless charging dock. There's a little coaster with a QR code for in-room dining. I'll have to check that out and see. This light seemed dimmer than the others. Than that one over there. And there's more bedside controls for the lights, the drapes, and I guess the privacy button. Let's open this door and check out the bathroom. It is a very large barn door, that's for sure. And also, I've noticed some of these pocket doors, they actually do have that mechanism. They won't slam themselves shut, but they don't always work in either direction. This bathroom is incredible. Giant tub in the center. There is this large vanity kind of in the corner. Very good use of space. Oh, there's one. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice the first time. 2 sinks, 2 vanities matching. Each of them has a real glass. With a little piece of plastic covering the lid so you know it's been cleaned and you assume it's been cleaned. We've got body lotion and hand wash here. Equal sets on both vanities. They've got, wow, Q-tips and like cotton swab kind of things. Is that a shower cap maybe? Wow. Wow. And like a little loofah. And you've got some little individual body wash and conditioner. And two Kleenex dispensers. That's cool as well. So then up here, you have on one side of the tub, there is the toilet and a little extra, there's a special holder just for the extra roll of toilet paper. That's nice. And a little wastebasket in there and a door. It's like a shower door. That's the weird thing. No lock. So if you are staying with someone, hope you are, That is the one weird thing. Hope you're very close with the person you're sharing this room with, because no locks on the toilet. Stand up, I can't even get this whole shower into frame. There's a seat. And this also has pump, shampoo, hair conditioner, and body wash. And this is a, like, wow, that's not a very tall shower, because there's a rain shower head in the ceiling, of course. I'm like, wow, that's not the best. This might be an accessible room because of how low that handle was on the shower. I was starting to get concerned. A rainfall shower built into the ceiling and a detachable handle. Okay, I will have to report on that. Tomorrow, there's plenty of towels as well. The towels are also hidden down there and on each of matching vanities. And of course, there's some towels on the tub. Oh, and it says high row systems. You might think maybe there's a D that got scratched off. Hydro system. Is there like is that a drain, or is that, I don't think that's some water feature, right? They wouldn't do that. No, it doesn't look like it. Probably just a drain, which is cool because I've seen in many other hotel bathrooms where there isn't a drain in the tub up there. It looks like there's just a little hair. Well, one stray hair. That can happen. So, and in here is a walk-in closet. Again, there's pocket doors. I've stashed my, oh, I almost pinched my finger there. Wow, there are cabinets way up here in the ceiling. I can't even, this is where my head is. I have to reach up in here and use my camera to even see if there's anything in there. Don't think there is. Just a lot of storage space. There's a safe. There's my backpack. Wow! Someone's laundry, someone does use the drawers because their laundry was left in this room. That is fun. Let's see if there's anything in the other drawer. Nope, they just used what, that is gross. Hopefully it was their clean laundry. Those socks don't look like they were clean now. Okay, I guess, I don't know what I do. Do I call security about that? If you find something in the safe, you've called security. The safe is empty. There are 2 robes. That's cool. One size fits most. And 2 little plush hangers for your fancy items. Okay. The ironing board and iron are just kind of hanging out right there, but otherwise, lots of good storage space. And, oh, I didn't show this vanity. The vanity, hello again. There is this little, it's got a shave kit in one drawer. It's like a jewelry box. A sewing kit in the other, and some emery boards. A very random selection of complimentary stuff. And there's another little leather chair here. So, and there's some power as well. Okay, let's head back out. Let's head back out into the rest of the room here. It all connects. We're back at the That's the walk-in closet connecting to the living room. That's the room. I will, of course, I'll try to touch base before I go to bed and show you what the strip view looks like at night here. And I will update you on the saga of what I found in that drawer. So this is my first night, my first stay ever at Resorts World, and I will follow up. I realized I started to talk about how I got this room for free. I will tell you at the end of this video how I managed to get a comp night here at Resorts World. All right, here it is, your view out of this window at night. That is the pool area down at Resorts World, which continues to get illuminated in different ways because of the giant screen on the outside of the building. Kind of interesting. I will hopefully these shades are not going to be an issue, and I'm not going to be bothered by those lights. Still some reflections from the room. I tried to turn off most of the lights, but this is a little bit across the street there, the little plaza with the Tacos El Pastor and the Ross and the Denny's over there. You get a little bit of a view of the Sphere, just the sliver of the Sphere there. And of course, Wynn and the Palazzo and Treasure Island. A really good view of what's, interesting view of what's west of the Strip. There's not much here. So much of this was empty, vacant land for so many years. During the 2000s, when they demolished the Stardust, the Resorts World does sit on the land of the Stardust. But here's the room at night. I've turned off most of the lights. A couple other things I noticed that I didn't mention in my first room tour. Of course, I'm not used to staying at fancy hotels. That little area next to that dresser is the perfect size for a standard large check bag rolling suitcase, whatever that size is. One thing I didn't pick up on the first time, there's a dental kit, a toothbrush and toothpaste. Not a lot of hotels provide that. I mean, usually you have to ask for that at the front desk. And there's another one over here with those. So, some pretty cool stuff. I have figured out some of these switches. They have day and night mode. So even the bathroom, I can hit night mode and it turns off about half of the lights. There's a really good light directly above the tub and above each vanity here. And directly above the shower. You know, I always complain about places that don't have lights over their showers, even though they have these places for these like walk-in showers. I did call. Here's the update. I got the drawer emptied of that stuff I found. Let me just spin my thing around here. They were pretty cool about, now I'm gonna be in the dark. I gotta come out here and hit night mode. Hit night mode and, oh boy, they barely, over my shoulder, that came on. Let's see what happens when I go day mode. The whole room lights up. I had a little trouble calling the front desk from the room phone. The buttons are weird. It doesn't have a front desk button. I called on my cell phone, and then I got through right away. Someone picked up. I said I need to talk to the front desk. I told them about the person's stuff left in that drawer. They were super nice about it, super apologetic. They offered me to move rooms. That was like the first thing. Like, do you want to move rooms? And I was like, no, this is a pretty nice room. Everything else, you know, they don't know that I just did a whole video review of the room. The rest of the room is clean and perfect. Clearly someone just didn't open that drawer. And as I always preach on this channel, who uses those drawers? Why? If you're the person who left your underwear in that random drawer of the closet at Resorts World, you're the problem. It's not housekeeping is the problem. I mean, sure, they probably should open those drawers, but housekeeping came right away. They grabbed it. They apologized. Everything's great. So I'm pretty happy with the stay here. So I haven't stayed long, but this is my first night. Tomorrow I'll probably grab some food. They've got so many dining options here. I don't know what to make of it. They also have in-room dining. They actually have room service. And as far as I could tell, it's 24 hours. So this is a high-end resort. They're owned by Hilton. So there's a standard of Hilton brand across the world that they offer things. This, of course, is a resort casino. So there's more to be had. So for me, this is a pretty big step up from what I'm used to. And I'm used to being a Diamond member over at Caesars. I've stayed in some nice rooms, but this is probably the newest hotel I've ever stayed at in Vegas. And so far, so good. I will report in the morning. We will see how these curtains and shades look in the daylight. See you then. Okay, here is the blackout test. Not too bad. Again, my camera always makes it a little brighter on here. Actually, it feels about right. In spite of the little light you see coming from the bottom of the curtain, these are excellent blackout curtains. At night, no light comes through. It was a total blackout in here. None of the outside light was an intrusion. And now, normally, I walk over. I was already in the habit of walking toward the curtain to open it, but I have to go all the way over here by the nightstand. And I'm going to touch the drapes button. Oh, here it is. Look at that, cinematic. Let's check out the view. We've got the north end of the strip, quote unquote. And a view of their pool over here. So it does seem as though not all of the pools are open. A lot of hotels that have multiple pools, they only open certain ones at a time for staffing issues. So sometimes throughout the same day, they might close down one pool and open up another one of the pools, and just so they can clean, maintenance, I don't know what. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I don't really cover the pools at these hotels because I do not believe in going in hotel pools. There have been articles written. Scientists have studied the water. Don't do it. But since I have such a great view, this is as much as I will be covering the pools here at Resorts World. They've got several. They've got way up in that, I don't know, let's see if I can zoom in here. Up in that back corner. And then there's this main one that seems to curve around the whole center building there. I guess you could call it two separate ones. You can see there's a little island people can walk through the two pools. And then there's that circular one in the top left. And the other one is the private one. You can just see the corner of it. There's an infinity pool. It's very popular, like a private area. That one seems open, so there are people in there. There's people in the main pool and the one in the top right. And the top left. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 pools. But there's this little one hiding right there that seems completely empty. I can't even tell if the water is running. Yeah, I guess it looks like it is. There's one right beneath me here, and a little spa hot tub next to it. Haven't seen anyone in that. This looks like a very private, walled off area. I don't know how you get access to that pool. So those are the pools here. I did test the shower. You can either use the rain or the handheld. It's either or. They don't work together. Let me show you what this room looks like in the daylight. I have the sheer curtains up. I really like the amount of light that comes through here. Unless you want a really, really bright room. Let's see if I can open these curtains. This room has no, fixture in the ceiling. There's no main source of light. They're all on the sides. I hit the shears button. Are you not going to open? There we go. Doesn't change the light in here much. A little brighter, a little brighter. Wow, there is so much space in this room. I have to show you 2 rooms and how the curtains make the room look. So yeah, not a lot of light. This little lamp here provides a good portion of the light. There's a matching one in the bedroom. If you turn those off, this room gets pretty dim with all the other lights on. So, I'm gonna go about my day here. Probably gonna get some food. I might even order room service. And if I do, I will show you what that looks like.
A few moments later.
Okay, update. I did not order room service. Not that it was too expensive, although there certainly were items that were very expensive. You might say overpriced. They had like some really high-end, like steaks from the steakhouse that they were charging like $40 for, which steakhouse prices, $40 for like a prime rib, specialty steak, that's about average. I would say the prices were on par with strip pricing for a lot of the things, but then they charged a $10 convenience fee, then an automatic 18% gratuity, and another tip. They had another field for the tip. There was 18% automatic gratuity included, and then a tip. And they, it didn't seem like they offer you the option to not, put a tip. And then also just like, is that rude? Someone's gonna deliver the food to your room. Are they not getting the gratuity? Very strange. So it almost doubled the price of, I was thinking about ordering breakfast, which was reasonably priced, like $15 to $20. And it added like $20+ to the, it doubled the price of the breakfast. So I didn't. I went out to the hotel, and downstairs, just at the bottom of the elevators at the end of the lobby to the Conrad and Crockford's. Conrad and Crockford's share a lobby, and they do have a 24-hour store, a gift shop right there, which is great. At the end of the hall, where it meets the casino, there are two, technically three places to eat, just in that hallway right next to each other. There is a 24-hour burger place called Not a Damn Chance Burgers. They have a very limited menu. They kind of make one thing. They make these burgers, and they have fries and some sides. And they are attached to Randy's Donuts, which also seems to be 24 hours there. So that's a really great, so already pros and cons that I talk about in most of my hotel reviews. I love a 24-hour gift shop. Some hotels still aren't even offering that. And they have 24-hour food option at the base of this hotel lobby. Now, the Hilton Hotel is further down. I should go investigate and see what's in their lobby. They must have a separate lobby. But if you're staying at either Conrad or Crockford's, you've got some great food options. And I didn't even mention the best one where I ended up eating, literally next to the two 24-hour options, is Junior's, which is an establishment. If you've ever been to New York City, or if you're from the New York area, Junior's is an institution. And just last year, they opened up here at Resorts World. I read a sign that it was their first West Coast outpost here. I was a little skeptical. I've been to New York a couple dozen times over the years, and I always loved going to Junior's. I wasn't sure if, this like franchised version all the way out here in Vegas would be the same. So that's where I ended up going for lunch. I got takeout, brought it back up to my room. It was fantastic. I got my pastrami Reuben that I used to always order when I would visit New York. And I also got a side salad. I can't recommend this enough. The staff was really nice. He asked for my ID when I did a room charge, and he saw that I had a local ID. So he said, "Oh, you get a locals discount. Locals get 20% off." And then he started telling me about they have all kinds of weekday deals. They have a happy hour. They have a little bar in the corner there. They have some drink specials. They have on Wednesdays, supposedly, they have half off their cheesecakes. They're very famous for their cheesecake. It makes me sad that I've never come here earlier to go to Junior's, because I love the food there. And the way they've got it set up too, it's definitely set up like an old-fashioned Vegas coffee shop kind of vibe. Open air, it's open out, you can look out into the casino and into the hotel lobby, but you have a table, and they just have good old-fashioned, diner food, I guess New York style diner food. But of course, even though I heard about it and wanted to go, I have not set foot in Resorts World except for that one time when I came to see Carrie Underwood a year ago, because they always charged for parking. Right now, this summer is the first time they've waived their parking fees. They've also waived resort fees at the hotel. I'm filming this the last week of August. It's possible those deals are supposed to end in September. I think September 10th is supposed to be the end of their summer free parking promotion. But hopefully they read the room and they continue offering free parking. They should always offer free parking for locals. I don't understand why not. If every strip hotel just offered free parking for the locals, we would come here. I would love to come to Junior's more often, especially knowing you get a 20% discount being a local. That made a huge difference. If I don't have to pay for parking, I'll definitely be coming back here just to eat at Junior's. There are several other food options. They have the food hall. I took a walk around there when I was thinking about what to get for lunch today. I'll probably go back and try the barbecue place, Texas barbecue they have there. Looked good. I'm still trying to stay on keto. For the 2 or 3 of you out there who are concerned about that, I'm sure. But I didn't order the usual buffalo wings and Caesar salad. I still got a little Caesar salad, but they had buffalo wings on that room service menu, but I wasn't going to pay the upcharge for it. So I'm broadening my horizons when it comes to hotel dining for these videos. So I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to explore the property. It's still a little cloudy. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I might just be hunkering down in the room and living it up in this suite. while I can. Okay, so let's check in on this shower. I played around with all of this stuff. It's not the greatest, I mean, aesthetically, it's wonderful. So much room, so much space, sit down. You could have 1, 2, 3, 4 people in here. If you party like that. But I did like, the nuts and bolts of this. This shower head, it lowers. So if you do want it lower, of course this is the detachable part. So, depending on your height, want it closer to you. If you are a taller person, want it up. And then this bends too. So that can be like a regular shower head. I was worried at first. And this is adjustable with different settings. I liked the pressure. And the rainfall shower is what it is. I don't love a rainfall shower necessarily. I like I'm just used to it. I don't have one at home, so I'm not used to that, so I don't love it. And it controls very easily. Like I said earlier, it is either or. You pull or push this in. The weird thing was the temperature was not consistent. Literally, it would start to lose hot water halfway through, and then come back, and be scalding hot. It was some strange thing. I do wonder if it has something to do with the plumbing inside, connecting the two. Because if I would switch it, the temperature would be different coming from the ceiling, and as opposed to coming from the wall. So I do not know the mechanics of having one line of water go up to the ceiling inside and having it, I don't know, but very strange that it was not consistent with the hot water coming in and out. I cranked that handle all the way to the hot as far as it could go to get the hot water back. And then it would be too hot and I'd have to dial it back. So that was strange. I just wanted to comment on that. The other weird thing, I did notice this, these shower gels, these do, aside from the hair conditioner, which is obviously conditioner, I cannot tell the difference between the body wash or the shampoo or the hand wash at the sinks here. They all say Mojave Ghost on them. I don't know if that is the scent or it's the brand name. Looks like Burrito is the brand name. And I don't know, correct me in the comments, I'm sure. But so then it struck me even more oddly enough that they've got these Crabtree and Evelyn other body wash shampoo and conditioners. The whole rest of the room is filled with these multiple decanters of the same brand, same scent of products. And there's just one little selection here of totally different scent, totally different brand, which I haven't opened up yet. I opened them up to smell them. So just some slightly strange things. But otherwise, this is wonderful. I mean, the amenities are great in here. And there is not too much to complain about. I have shown you this a few times. I just can't get enough of walking around, strolling around. I've barely even used the powder room. So weird. I'm gonna have a couple friends visit for a drink later tonight just to show off my suite with some friends. Maybe they'll use the powder room. But that's my thoughts for my first full day after being here officially over 24 hours and hanging out in the room, hanging out at Resorts World. I'll check in tonight. Here it is, my view of the Strip on my last night, my second night here at Resorts World. I did figure out that has to be, I believe that's the Hilton side, if I'm measuring it correctly. That whole curve that has the sign, the big light up wall, that's going to be the Hilton, the cheapest rooms that have the video board. Your window looks through the video board. And not Conrad, Crockford's is the smallest, the other wing on the other side of the building. If you look at the exterior, you'll understand better. Well, anyway, now I will turn some lights on. What I forgot to mention before, this couch has a pull-out sofa in it. It is there. I am not going to be moving furniture, and I'd have to move these tables, and I'm not up for that right now. That's a long story, but it is a sofa bed, so you can have a group of people. You could have mom and dad in the back of the suite, and you could have a kid camp out on the sofa bed out here. And let's just flip all these lights back on. This is the brightest setting. I was talking about this last night. The brightest setting, there is no light up there. So, all in all, not too many things to talk about. Let me let's flip this around. There's a few things I wanted to mention. I did just sit and have dinner. I got food from the barbecue place down in the food hall, and it was great. I also got some chicken wings from the chicken place that's next to it. So I said I wouldn't, but I did get some buffalo wings after all. Very good, better than others I've had. The barbecue, boy was it smoky. They must have a real deal smoker back there. So much that I'm actually concerned that I'm going to get an incidental charge from the smell of smoke in the room. I'm going to have to ditch the leftover, the trash from there. And hopefully that doesn't become a problem. Some other thoughts for my second night here. The hotel is not as intimidating as I used to think it was. When I first set foot in here, I saw other people's videos. It's a massive property. It feels huge. It's very confusing. It's as far as like how it's built out from the strip. If you were to enter walking from the sidewalk, you enter into, there's no way to enter the building from the sidewalk from Las Vegas Boulevard without going through the shopping center, the district that they have. So you enter from there, you're nowhere near any of the hotel towers, the theater, or the food hall for that matter. It's very separated. The nightclub is out front on that wing, so if you're going there, that's pretty accessible to the strip. But when you are staying here, it's actually pretty easy to avoid the shopping center altogether. And once you get the hang of the place, the casino floor is pretty straightforward. It's one kind of big rectangle with pathways on either side, all around it. So you could make a circle completely around the casino without actually setting foot through the gaming area entirely, which is pretty cool. Most older casinos are all designed for you to have to walk through the casino to get to anything, any of the other amenities that you would want. Theoretically, you could avoid it. I mean, it's in the center of the building. You would see it, but you could walk the pathway around it and not walk through the slot machines. So after being here just one night, I'm pretty happy with the property. I'm a little more positive about it than I was. I think a lot of people, were not happy with the place when it first opened. A lot of locals, even a lot of just Vegas purists who thought that the aesthetic here was very, whitewashed, unoriginal, no character. Certainly it is not a themed resort like the good old-fashioned 90s Vegas that we know and love. That now makes up a majority of the hotels on the Strip, the theming. It's a Hilton, it's very nice. It's very high-end, very luxury. There is a design aesthetic to the room. It's much more charming than I expected it to be. Another thing I forgot to mention, well, I mean, I've thought about it, but I realized the more I hang around the room, lots of power outlets. Like most hotel rooms, we always joke, I've talked about in the past, how there's like one outlet for you to use, and how, often in the room, the bedside, they have these little, things to plug into on your nightstand. But this room is filled with just normal wall outlets, like all over the place, in the bathrooms. Just total freestanding, normal two-plug outlets. So you're covered. I mean, you could bring, I don't know, I don't know what anyone would need that many power outlets for in a hotel room. But this room has you covered. It's very atypical from a lot of the other Vegas resorts. And I suppose that's what you get from having it be a Hilton resort. Oh, a couple other things I want to show you. Let's take a walk. I didn't notice it at the time. This coffee maker is a part of the mini bar. All of these little Nespresso cup, even the creamers are wired up. If you take one, you will be charged. So you get charged for using the coffee maker. It is not included with your room. They give you real coffee cups and saucers, which is nice. And I don't even see, there's no tea if you wanted tea. This isn't it's not a normal coffee maker. This is an espresso machine. I wouldn't even know how to use it if I wanted coffee. Thankfully, I don't drink coffee, and I'm never concerned with that when I stay in a hotel room. But they don't even come with instructions. There's no note card saying, if you'd like to use the coffee, you're going to be charged for it. Here's how to use the machine. None of that. That was a little strange. Presumably, these 2 bottles of water are complimentary if you wanted them. They are not attached to the minibar. They offered these same bottles of water when I checked in at the front desk. They're really nice about it. So those are clearly the same free bottles of water you get down in the casino. You could take those, but nothing else. These bottles of Evian, you're going to get charged. And the other cool thing I noticed, and it didn't occur to me because I'm not someone who has this particular habit, but I've never really seen it before in a hotel room. There is a place for your phone above the toilet paper. A nice little reflective metal piece. So, or whatever, drink. You could put a drink there. You could put the remote control for the TV by your side while you're there. Those were the other details that I picked up on in my more than 24 hours I have been here now. So, this is a bigger resort, a newer resort, a giant, biggest room I've ever been here, so I feel like I'm talking more than I usually do on these reviews. But I have thoughts and things I wanted to make sure I covered. So those are everything I've thought of thus far. It's my last night. Gonna check out tomorrow morning. I will check in with you when I'm getting ready to leave. Okay, I'm getting ready to check out here. This is a great room at the Resorts World, the CONRAD. It's so weird having to say the right name of the hotel because there's 3 hotels in here. So let's talk about how I got this room for free. I got a comped room. No, it's not because I'm an influencer, because I have a channel or anything like that. I'm not working with Resorts World. I'm just here as a normal guest. I've already said multiple times, I came here a year ago. I joined the slot club and I played a little that night, and I have not come back since for many reasons, most notably the parking. They charge everyone for parking, so you can't even just come here as a local and enjoy the place. Except for this summer, they've been relaxing some of their policies. So I got a letter in the mail, not just a brochure, but an actual letter saying it's been so long since we've seen you. We'd love to offer you 3 nights, some slot play, a $20 food credit. They offer these things to their gamblers all the time. I did receive once in the last year a free room offer, but I didn't use it. I just, it was, came and went, I was busy. This is what I'm talking about in my video I made about hotel pricing, where I've talked about that there still are ways to get comp rooms in this city. You just have to join these slot clubs. Usually you have to spend some money while you're there, whether it's through gambling or just using your card for rewards. A lot of the programs let you gain points for restaurant purchases, show purchases, as well as just having their own credit card and earning points through that way. Now, I'm not here to tell you that if you sign up for Resorts World's Players Club, you're going to get a free room offer. That's not a guarantee, but it happens. There is an economic downturn going on right now, and when that happens, hotels in Vegas start giving out deals. When things are bad for the hotels, it's always good for the consumer. If you are not a Las Vegas local, especially if you are someone who comes in from out of town, from California, Arizona, Utah, sign up for these rewards clubs. You will be surprised how often you do get free room offers. Now, sometimes those free room offers don't include the resort fees, so you end up spending, $40, $50 per night, which is still a great deal. This was truly a free room offer. A lot of times when the casino does offer you that, they also don't charge you the resort fees. Depends on the company. Caesars and MGM certainly do not do that. But so this was a totally free stay. They offered me 3 nights. I'm only staying here 2 nights. Sometimes not spending money actually will get you more rewards. Whereas if you were someone at these locals casinos where you come in week after week, and week after week you only gamble a little bit here, a little bit there, and they know that you are not a big spender, they're not going out of their way to offer you things to get you back in there. You are coming there all the time, and you're spending a little bit of money, and they're happy with you. They're not going to put any effort into getting you to try and come there more often or spend more. It's the untapped potential of someone who came here once, gambled a little bit for an hour or 2, and we never saw them again. They try and reach out to those people. So that is what happened to me this time. It was literally, I saw on my Facebook memories, it was 1 year ago this week that I went to see Carrie Underwood and came here for the first time and only time. So my thoughts on the hotel, it's really nice. The room is really nice. The casino, it's brand new. All of the games are new games, which, you know me, I don't always love playing those newer machines. But they were fun. I played some Buffalo Gold and played for a while and hit some bonus spins and didn't win anything huge, but I got to enjoy myself for a while. So they have good games. They have a lot of really popular games that people like to play. The food hall, some of the other outlets, of course they have the high-end fine dining places. But the average stuff, like in the food hall, average prices, not trying to gouge you terribly. $15 to $20 for an average entree. That's the same about, if you were to go to Applebee's, So considering that you may have to pay for parking here, if you are staying here, paying the resort fees, they're not trying to completely gouge you for everything all the time. I think if they just got rid of paid parking altogether, at least for locals, I think a lot of locals would have a lot more reasons to come here. This place is really nice. It's accessible. I actually had a fun time. And even if you're not getting, some comp room offers like I did, they have reasonable prices for considering how high-end the 3 hotels are here. They've been offering discounts and deals if you sign up for their mailing list. If you do sign up for their players card, you'll be on their mailing list. You'll get, even if you don't get comp rooms, you'll receive some pretty good offers. They waived resort fees for the summer. Hopefully, unless things turn around here economically in Vegas, I can't imagine a world where they would go back to that. Hopefully they're going to try and start doing right by the consumers and doing away with those fees that make us feel like we're being cheated out of our money before we even set foot into the building. You park in the garage, you check into your hotel, you've paid all this money, you haven't even spent any time here. So I came here during this little period of the summer of 2025 when they did get rid of that stuff. And for all those reasons, I loved my stay. I do have to say, I realized I completely neglected this when I checked in. I did have a little struggle checking in. They send you an email. They say you can check in via your phone and use your phone as your room key. Only if you have Apple. Us Android users, the app doesn't work for that at all. You have to get in line, you have to check in with a person. And because they're promoting this self-check-in, they only had 3 people working the front desk counter. So I had to wait in a line. The process took a while. There were other people who were in line for complaints. Someone had to get a manager out to deal with something, which really only meant that there were 2 people working the front desk. It was a little bit of a struggle getting in, but once I checked in, got my room key, all the staff has been wonderful. That issue that happened when I checked in, I told you they resolved that really well. I can't complain about this place. It's otherwise going to be a high-end resort. Though I will say, according to what my comp offer, it showed me what this should have cost, and it was only about $160 something per night for this giant suite, which is incredible, because there are regular tiny 400 square foot hotel rooms that go for $150 to $200 in this city. Granted, there would be probably, if they were also doing the resort fees, which right now they aren't, so you could book this for $160, $170 per night with the taxes and not pay resort fees and that be your rate. They would probably have, let's just say $200 a night if there were the resort fees and everything. That's a great deal for a suite like this. That's incredible. I've seen advertised rates for the regular rooms at the Hilton for $75 a night before resort fees. So there are affordable rooms here. Of course, they change all the time. Do not quote me on anything I just said. That was when I came this time. Refer to my hotel pricing guide video that I recently put out for more information on that, because I never trust anyone. When another influencer tells you how much a room in Vegas costs, just forget that you heard it the instant that you hear it, because tomorrow that price could be different. So all in all, this is a high-end resort, not the kind of place I usually stay at. I'm usually trying to find bargains. I found one this time, and it's possible if you keep your eyes open for them. Take advantage of deals like this when they come your way. I've got to get ready and get checked out, but thank you for watching. Tell me in the comments if you've stayed here at Resorts World, if you've been here, what your thoughts are on the place. Tell me which hotel you'd like to see me review next. Until next time, I'm Mike the Vegas Guy.